Even though I grew up in this town, I still find that a map helps me get to places quickly. I've been finding reasons to avoid going to Dr. Sim's office during the past week. Rita used to live just around the corner. It's locked. There's Paul Cooper. For a guy who runs a hardware store, he doesn't keep his house in very good shape. Nice lawn, though. Hi, Mr. Cooper. I'm Mike Dawson. Remember me?
Sure, Mike. I remember you.
So how's the hardware store business?
Great. I've given myself a vacation for the first time in about 3 years. The store is closed right now. I'm just going to relax and water my lawn for the next week or two.
Does your lawn need that much water?
It's dry. It's always dry. Gotta get it ready. You know how it is. It's nice to have a pretty lawn. I'll have a big water bill, but I don't care. As long as it keeps pumping, I'll keep watering.
Pretty terrible news about the murder.
It certainly was. The second murder this year. I don't know what's going on in this town anymore.
What do you know about a second murder?
Old man Ramirez died in a fire. Some say it was an accident, but I think he was done in. A real shame. He was a steady customer at the hardware store. Liked to read, too.
Paul, why is there lawn furniture on your roof?
I had to move it out of the way. Didn't want it to get rusty with the watering and all.
Good luck with your watering, Paul. I'm taking off.
Okay. I'll talk to you later, Mike. Thanks for dropping by.
Why is the deputy standing guard in front of Rita's house? She wasn't killed at home. There must be some evidence inside that the police are protecting. Is it okay if we talk, Deputy?
I'm not sure, Mike. What do you want?
You look like you're on guard duty.
I'm keeping watch over Rita Scanlon's house.
A week after the murder?
I'm just following orders, Mike. I'm not supposed to let anyone in. We've had problems with vandalism before.
When's your shift over?
Who knows? We've been working overtime at the sheriff's office ever since the body was discovered. This case is being given top priority. Unless there's an emergency or something, I have to stay put.
So how's the murder investigation going?
Come on, Mike. You know I shouldn't be talking to you about that. Go on now, let me do my job. Hank's diner in the pool hall next door played a large part in my teenage years.
I took Rita to the diner on our first date when we were both juniors in high school. There's Jimmy Gardner and Melissa Fleming. Jimmy's the type of loser I'd expect to see in a place like this. But it's surprising to find the mayor's wife here. Jimmy went to high school with me. He was a straight-A student and football star, but he dropped out and became a loser. We were friends then, but certainly aren't now. Hi, Jimmy. Long time no see.
Well, well, it's Mr. Big Shot Ryder. What brings you down to this part of town? Slummin'?
How about a game of pool?
Cut the crap, Dawson. We might have been friends once, but that was a long time ago.
We were friends in high school. Why are you so angry with me now?
Let's just say that you and I don't share the same interests anymore.
What happened to you? You were a straight-A student until you dropped out.
I guess I'm just the town's bad seed. You went off to college and joined the establishment. I stayed here and became a statistic.
I hear that your interests these days aren't exactly on the up and up.
So what? There's a lot going on in this town that ain't exactly on the up and up.
Tell me, Jimmy, how come the sheriff leaves you alone?
That's easy in this town. That flatfoot doesn't know his butt from an armadillo. But I got the goods on him. He doesn't bother me.
Was the sheriff involved in some sort of scandal?
Forget it, Dawson. If I tell you, you'll spread it all over town. Then what good would it do me?
Maybe I should go.
Yeah, get out before I throw you out.
Melissa used to be a cheerleader in high school, but since becoming a 3-pack-a-day smoker, she isn't as cute anymore. Hi, Melissa. Have you got time to talk?
Well, well, well. Look what the cat dragged in.
When did you take up smoking? Don't you know it's bad for your health?
Yeah, well, there's lots of things that are bad for your health.
So what are you doing here in the pool hall? Seeing Jimmy?
What are you insinuating? I'm a married woman, I'll have you know. I just came in here for a smoke.
I heard that you married Mayor Fleming. He used to be my dad's partner, you know.
Oh, please don't give me that. He's old enough to be my father routine. I've heard it all.
Poor Rita. It's a shame what happened to her.
Poor Rita? That little tramp had it coming to her.
Why all this nasty talk about Rita?
Ask around, Dawson. Just ask around. Now leave me alone.
The mayor campaigned on how he was going to rid our streets of the homeless, but I guess they just got driven into sheds like this. Another evil that's been hidden but still exists. It's hard to believe that someone could live in this dilapidated old shed. Some archaeologists believe that to truly understand a culture, you should examine its trash. I found an old coat hanger. This might be useful. I once read a story about how a thief used a wire to open a lock. Hank's diner isn't the swinging place it used to be, but Hank still does enough business to keep the place going. His jukebox is loaded with tunes from the 50s. Rita and I used to dance to some of them. At one time, these booths were always full of people. No one can make an ice cream soda as good as Hank's. Any flavor you want. How's it going, Hank?
My back's been acting up, but otherwise not too bad. How are you, Mike?
I'm still bummed out about what happened last week.
Rita was a real pretty girl. I remember you two sipping your sodas and holding hands under the table when you were kids.
Have you heard any more about the investigation?
Deputy Brown stopped by to get some coffee and donuts on his way to Rita's place. He was saying that the FBI might be called in. Doc Larson was telling us some pretty grisly stuff.
I heard about the FBI from the sheriff.
Say, Mike, weren't you with Rita the night she was killed?
Rita was my date to the high school reunion.
Well, what happened? She got killed in the park near the Ramirez mansion. Didn't you walk her home?
I can't remember about that night, Hank. It's these headaches.
Mike, you and I go way back. As a friend, I'm telling you that you better start remembering quick. Deputy Brown was saying that the sheriff doesn't want to waste any time on this case.
I'm seeing Dr. Sims in a short while. Maybe he can jog my memory.
Don't waste your money on head shrinkers, Mike. Whenever I forget something, I just retrace my steps.
What did Doc Larson have to say?
He wouldn't go into any details because he wants to keep certain things from the public. I haven't seen Doc Larson so excited since that other murder.
What other murder?
Old man Ramirez. He died in a fire a few weeks back and left his wife a very rich widow. Funny how Rita died so close to his house.
Rita was murdered in a public park. How could they keep any details secret?
Doc Larson had her body moved to the morgue before dawn. Deputy Brown said the sheriff wasn't too happy about that. Didn't give him much of a chance to examine the crime scene first.
I need some fresh air.
You don't look well, Mike. Why don't you go out for a walk? Nice day for it.
I think I'll just do that, Hank. See you later.
Take care, Mike.